Alright, come rescue me. I'm waiting. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are finally back in the bush. The weather kind of tapered off. We're sitting at minus 18 this morning when I come out here. We were in a deep freeze. All of Canada was in a deep freeze. A lot of places was minus 50, minus 45. That's why I haven't been coming out here hunting or anything. And past couple of days I was thinking, well, what am I going to do for a next video to share with you guys? And popped in my head, survival shelter. I used to build those lots when I was a kid growing up, just kind of like a refresher before every trapping season that I'd go on with my dad. And I kind of stopped doing it. I can't remember when I stopped doing it, but so today that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a shelter. It's been a long time since I made one. I'm going to share it with you guys. This is how I was taught how to make these. Growing up out here as a trapper is one of the key assets to have as a trapper, is to know how to survive in the cold weather. And being that it's not so cold today, I figured I would do it because I didn't really want to come out here when it was super cold. I'm just gonna sit in the truck here because the big camera's starting to freeze. And that was another thing why I didn't want to do the filming when it was cold, because the camera will freeze. Yeah, quit beeping, I already know. So I'm gonna do a lot of the filming of getting the firewood, which I already did on my way in. I stopped and grabbed some dry wood to build a fire, and I already grabbed a few branches to build a shelter. So I gotta get some more here. We got some nice trees around us that I can get the branches off, and I will be filming on the GoPro, so it might be on my head, or I might move it down here depending on how much I'm gonna be moving and if it's gonna fall or not. And I'm gonna build that shelter. I'll show you guys. And this is gonna be a shelter if you're in the unfortunate position to where you have to build a shelter. This one here is gonna be great for a single person if you're on a solo hunt or if you're with a buddy. Whatever you're hunting for, whether it's grouse or rabbit, deer, moose, because around here in the woodland area, you can get turned around really easily. It doesn't take much. It just takes that 1 second of panic to kick in, and bang, you are done. So I know it's easier said than done to say you need to calm down, but when you're out there, if you get turned around, you got to try compose yourself and try relax and stay calm, because you don't want to overexert yourself. And the elements up here, it doesn't take long before your body can shut down and everything goes south, and yeah, you're done. And yeah, that you don't want that to happen. But anyways, I gotta get the GoPro on, get my jacket on. We're gonna hit into the bush here, and I'm gonna get some branches off the trees, clean off an area, and we're gonna get a fire going. And then I'm gonna build a shelter. I'll build a shelter, and then I'm gonna show you guys. So yeah, stick around for the video. And yeah, on the way in here, I didn't see any grouse at all. Like no birds, not even a raven. Like it's not even that cold. Normally they're around this time and they're piled together and they're all over the place. But who knows? Maybe on the way out we'll find a grouse or two, and if not, no problem. But anyways, I'm gonna get the GoPro on here, and then we're gonna get to building the shelter. Whew, lots of snow, boys. Good firewood. GoPro kind of froze a bit. Yeah, like I said, it's not the warmest today, but I'll film what I can until my GoPro shuts off here. All right, so there's a nice little pile. Now we just got to find a spot, and it's very important that you find a spot where you're out of the wind and there's not too much snow above you. Oh, just like that. Get snow all over the camera again. Down your back. You can hear a squirrel here. So after you get all that snow out of there, you kick it out of the way. Even if you don't get down to the bare ground, that's fine. Okay, there's our pocket. Doesn't have to be very big, like I said, because it's only going to be you in there. Too bad I can't use my big camera. I'll bring it in here though when I get a fire going so it doesn't freeze up on us. So the way I'm going to do this, you just push those into the ground and you just go around. Remember, like I said, it doesn't need to be very big. Whew. Even a few bald ones are fine. Just throw the lighter ones up on top. Alright, let's go get some more branches here. Okay, got our branch here, just gotta break it off here and put it up on top. Well, the GoPro froze up. Let her thaw out here a little bit. Starting to snow again. But I'm glad to be out of that deep freeze for sure. Huh. Well, I gotta let this camera warm up a little bit and we'll continue building the shelter. Ooh, had to stop for a second. Started to sweat a little too much, pushing myself a little too much. That's what you don't want to do. And I started sweating lots. So I thought I'd come in and dry up my toque. I know you can't do that if you're lost out there. That's why, like I said, it's important to stay calm and just build your shelter in a slow pace and try not to, like I said, overexert yourself and start sweating, which I did. That's a no-no on my part. You're not supposed to do that. Stay calm and just take your time building your shelter. And that's another thing too. It's important to let your partners know, or a friend, let them know where you're going, area you're going to be hunting. So if the case does happen, if this happens where you're lost, they know where to look. That's why it's important to build that shelter and you just stay there. Get a fire going, build a shelter and just stay there. Just a shelter enough to keep the wind off you, keep the heat in, and that's what the shelter is going to be. And you guys will see it here whenever I get it done. As soon as I stop sweating like a pig here, and then we can get back at it. There you go. Now you're ready to wait for your buddy to come get you, or family, whoever comes looking for you. And it's pretty simple, straightforward, easy to keep you out of the wind. That's what you really want. Make sure you're out of that wind, and that for sure will keep you going until help gets there. And I've been getting a lot of questions of how long I lived up here. I lived here my whole life. I'm a Treaty 6 First Nations person. A lot of us trappers up here. I come from a bloodline of trappers. Pretty proud to say that. My grandfather was a great trapper. My dad is. And in that zone that we trap in, there's only a handful of us left. And yeah, I'm pretty proud to say that I'm a son of a trapper, and my dad taught me well on everything that I know, on my hunting, my trapping, surviving outside. It's all thanks to my dad. Have nobody else to thank but him. And my uncle. I gotta say though, my uncles, they helped me pretty good too growing up. My late Uncle George, I mentioned him before in one of the other videos. Great man. We lost him here a while ago. And so yeah. But yeah, it's nice and warm by the fire. And that's another thing too, when you're out there and you're lost, try to stay close to the fire if you can. Always carry your backpack with you. Even if you're not going far from your truck or your snowmobile, take your backpack with you, because there's stuff in there that could save your life. And like I said, I still got to put the bedding under here. I'm probably not going to do that. I don't want to do it too much, but you get the idea. Same idea with the brush, like the bush. Lay that at the bottom, and you'll be fine. And that fire, get it nice and hot so it keeps burning. Camera's starting to freeze a bit, but we'll keep going here. Big camera's starting to freeze. Get her by the fire here. Now I do gotta ask, have any of you at home been in this position where you're lost, you're in the bush, it's getting cold, whether it's fall, winter, whatever? Have you had to been in a position where you had to build a small shelter to keep yourself warm and dry, build a fire? Have any of you ever been in that position? Drop your comment at the bottom and let me know. I am curious to know. There's a lot of you viewers out there, a lot of you that watch this are hunters, so I'm sure a few of you got good stories to share. I got a story to share with you guys, not that I'm proud of it at all. So one time, this is recently, I've been in a position where I got turned around. I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty scary. I was chasing this bird, this grouse, of course. It snowed just like this, the snow on the trees, you can see behind me. I went less than 80 yards, about 80 yards from the truck. And that's not very far. I got out, followed this, I was by myself, I followed this bird in, a big trophy grouse, big rough grouse. So I got out there, I got him. Before I knew it, whoosh, I got turned around because the trees behind me, the snow was falling into the trail. Yeah, that was a pretty scary situation I was in. And like I said, it doesn't take long to get turned around out here. And the snow fell into my tracks. And it was still snowing that day. And right off the hop, within a second, the panic kicked in. Boy, let me tell you, I wouldn't wish that feeling on anybody. That is one of the worst feelings you can have in the world. Knowing you're in a position where you are and you're stuck. And right at that point, I didn't have my lighter with me. I had nothing. I just had my little flannel shirt on, and God, I was pretty stupid on my part. And hopefully some of you viewers learned from that mistake. Just don't chase a bird, even though if it's the biggest one you've seen. Just if you're not ready to go shoot it or take it, if it's in a bad spot, just let it go. But right away, the first thing that popped in my mind was my family, my daughters, my wife. Because I didn't tell my wife where I was going or where I was going to stop. I just happened to find this bird, and I found him and I chased him. And I shouldn't have did that. And so yeah, I'd recommend don't do that. If you come across a deer or something, or a moose, just let her go. And so yeah, it put myself in a pretty sticky situation that time, and I hope it doesn't happen again. Yeah, I didn't even have a knife with me, it's just my gun. So yeah, as much as I don't want to share that, I feel I do have to share it since I'm making this type of video. I should have brought something to cook over the fire. Oh, that fire feels nice though, guys. So, let's take a look at the shelter. It's not very big, like I said. It's just enough to keep the wind out. But we're in a pretty good spot where there's no wind at all. And remember to always clean the snow off top of your shelter. You don't want that falling down on you. Coffee always tastes better over a fire. Alright, come rescue me. I'm waiting. Alright, I gotta put out the fire here, clean up my bit of a mess that I got going, and I'm gonna warm up my toes here a little bit. They're starting to freeze. So we'll see you guys here in a second. Woo! That was quite the workout. I'm not gonna lie. Mind you, I'm out of shape. Like, I haven't played any sports in the last 2.5 years. That was fun though. Hopefully you guys got some tips and pointers out there for you new hunters and what to do if you're in that position where you're lost, you get turned around, if you have the necessary tools, which I think you should have in your backpack. And yeah, build that little shelter, keeps you out of the cold, keeps you out of the wind. Don't forget to knock that snow up on top, get a fire going, get it as big and as hot as you can. Keep it going until help gets there. That is very important, and that will help you survive in minus 21 weather, minus 45, keep you out of the wind, getting to a spot where you're out of the wind. That's the big important thing. And yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna head back home here. Again, thank you all for being here, watching my videos, really appreciate it. Oh, and my camera is freezing. Just had to move the camera, it's freezing, it's so cold. My poor little camera's so cold. But again, thank you guys for being here, watching my videos, really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up, hit the notification bell, it'll notify you when I upload. And you guys stay safe out there, practice your hunter safety. Please always remember to hold that gun like it's loaded. Always have it pointed in a safe direction. So, until the next video, we'll get you guys on the next one. Video's not over yet, stick around. I'm gonna try sneak up here. We got a bull moose middle of the road here. Probably can't see it from here. Hang on, I gotta try to zoom in here. Oh, crap, you see that black dot there? Right under my finger? There's a moose there. Could be a cow. Looked like a bull when he come out of the bush there. You guys see it there? Some douchebag just comes spinning right by us like we weren't even moving. There they are. Big bull there. There's a cow back there. Finally got it on camera. My friends that are moose hunters are gonna be mad because I don't have my rifle. I got my 12 gauge with me, but I'm not about to go shooting like a cowboy trying to hit a moose that I don't have no business on shooting because I don't have the right gun. So depending on when you found this video, if you're from my area, you guys are missing out on some moose here. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna do it safely. I'm not gonna go chasing this bull moose down the street road here. Turn my blinky on. But anyways, yeah, some jerk just comes spinning right by us like we weren't even moving. That's where he walked in here. Those are two bulls. Well, that's quite the bonus. Got to see a couple of moose. And I know I'm probably gonna hear it later from my friends. You should have took your rifle. Alright, so now this video's done. Get you guys on the next one.